Welcome to the North of Ordinary show, brought to you by Yukon North of Ordinary magazine. I'm your host, Emily Hoefs, and if you're anything like me, you've been counting down the days to Christmas since last Boxing Day. I am so excited about today's show. On this episode, we enjoy a delicious cup of Bean North coffee, make beads with local artist Lara Melnik, taste the moose stew in Bannock being served as part of the traditional diet program at Whitehorse Hospital, get down with the singing superstars at PNT Singing Idol, and watch our sports beats reporters take a beating on the judo mat. But first up, it is holiday craft fair season, and Whitehorse is famous for its amazing collection of locally made crafts.
When we finally kiss goodnight, how I hate going out to the store.
In November alone, multiple sales like the Cranberry Fair, the United Church, Old Log Church, and more are in action. But we're at the granddaddy of them all, Spruce Bog, run by Yukon Craft Society. I'm here with Pam Sharman. She's been helping organize the Spruce Bog Craft Fair for several years now. Pam, what's your role here?
I'm just called the Spruce Bog Coordinator.
And how long have you been involved?
I've been a vendor with the Spruce Bog for about 36 years, but as a coordinator, 21 years.
How many vendors are here today?
We've got a tad over 100.
And about how many people come through on a yearly basis?
Well, depends on the weather. It plays a big part on it, but we usually look to see about just under 4,000, sometimes a little more. The Spruce Bog has been happening for 38 years now. This is our 38th anniversary. The crafts over the years have changed. You can sort of tell the crafting trends. Now we're sort of in the decade of the jewelry makers and the personal care product people who do the lotions and the soaps and the lip balms and all of that stuff. So yeah, it's kind of neat to see the trends.
So how did it get started initially?
They called it the Yukon Craft Society, and they sponsored the Spruce Bog sale. And it was a small group of crafters who didn't have a place to sell their product, and they wanted to start something, and came up with this idea and said, well, let's see if it works. And boy, does it work. We have a core group of probably a couple of dozen people to get in here and mark the floor and place the tables and skirt the tables and whatnot.
So Pam, how many hours are you running on without sleep right now?
Oh, I think we're coming on about 26 and a half.
Okay, let's go let you get some sleep.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Pam.
You're welcome.
Michael King and Helen Vogt have been roasting their delicious coffee beans through Bean North Coffee in Whitehorse since 1997. However, their business helps a lot more than just the local coffee aficionados. We stopped by to learn a bit more.
Hi, I'm Helen.
And I'm Michael. We run Bean North Coffee Roasting Company. We started in 1997. Coffee is the second largest commodity traded in the world next to oil, so it has a huge impact on the communities and the families that grow coffee. Bean North is the third 100% fair trade coffee roaster in Canada.
We went to a little cafe in Toronto called Alternative Grounds, and the owner there, Linda Burnside, she had been selling fair trade coffee. We met her, we loved the philosophy, we loved what she was doing, and it kind of started from there. So we saw something that worked. It was in a big city. We just thought, we can make this happen in Whitehorse. Why not? It's a great community. Let's give it a go.
Bean North is a member of a buying cooperative called Cooperative Coffees, and the co-op consists of 22 like-minded roasters. We are the only member west of Toronto in Canada. There are 7 Canadian members, and the rest of the members are based in the US. And these were 22 like-minded businesses with the dream of being directly involved with the communities we purchase coffee from. We're purchasing from Central America, Mexico, South America, the Dominican Republic, Indonesia, and Africa. Currently, we're bringing in over 3 million pounds of fair trade organic coffee into the North American market. Our founder worked for Habitat for Humanity, and he was building houses in Guatemala, and he stepped on a coffee plant, and the farmer burst into tears. And the farmer explained to him that he had just destroyed many years of income for his family. Bill just couldn't believe that something that he thought was very simple turned into something so traumatic for this family. So he came back with this idea. He wanted to start up this co-op to bring roasters together that believed that fair trade is more than just paying a fair price. Fair trade is about being involved in those communities and building long-term relationships.
People always think it's about a fair price, and that's just one piece of it. But a big piece of it is that we have direct relationships with the farmers. So we've traveled, we've met a lot of the farmers and their families, and so over this 15, 16-year period, they've watched our family grow up, we watched their families grow up, and with the premiums they get, there's development in those communities. So we've seen lots of education funds, scholarships, health centers, schools, things around safety, sanitation, and water, and that's been really profound, those changes over the years. The other bit is around coffee, is the quality of the coffee. So years ago, many farmers never actually drank the coffee they grew. So the expertise and skill level on the side of the farmer has grown by leaps and bounds. So they are the experts in their field, in their knowledge of coffee. And the other piece of it, it's a fair business relationship. This isn't charity. There's nothing to do with it. We're two business partners that are doing fair business.
Currently, Central America in particular is being devastated by the roya fungus. What happens is all the foliage dies on the trees, and the leaves are on there for a purpose. They absorb the water. Well, now what's happening is the leaves have fallen off, so then the cherry absorbs the water, and the coffee cherry falls off the tree and basically rots on the ground. A lot of coffee farmers have lost up to 60% of their harvest. What we've done in our co-op, and this is an example of how 22 small roasters can get together and change the world, we have agreed for all of the coffee that we purchase and sell to our members, that we've added a 5-cent premium onto that coffee for this year. So and with all of our members selling 3 million pounds of coffee to each other, we are raising an incredible sum of money, and what we've created is a roya fund. This is what we're trying to do. It's about more than just selling coffee. It's about being connected to help those in less fortunate parts of the world improve their lifestyle and provide us with something that we all love and enjoy.
Is a thing to say on a bright Hawaiian Christmas day.
I'm here with Helen Wagenthal, and she makes these beautiful Afghans behind us. Helen, how many years have you been coming to Spruce Bog?
This is my 4th year coming. I live actually in Faro, and I travel here every year.
How long does it take you to prepare for a craft fair like this?
Well, I actually do my crocheting all year long. It depends on what size. Sometimes one Afghan will take me 20 hours, another one will take me 60 hours. But I try to mix and match colors and see what people like.
So which one is your favorite Afghan this year, Helen?
Actually, this Christmas one is my favorite this year. I was kind of hoping it would sell, but not quite yet.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Helen.
Thank you very much.
Whitehorse artist Lara Melnik has been creating and selling her wares for years in Whitehorse at events like Spruce Bog. She invited us into her studio to show us exactly how she makes these colorful delights.
Hi, I'm Lara Melnik. I'm a polymer clay artist, and you're in my studio at Shallow Bay. I used to work in real clay when I was a little kid. I used to just dig it out of the backyard, and I found it kind of hard to work with. I didn't have a kiln and all the rest of it. So when I was about 12, my brother bought me this magic stuff, because you can make little tiny figurines and sculptures with it, and that's what I originally started to do. It's a man-made clay. I kind of describe it to people like acrylic paint, but in a clay form. It has a great ability to stretch, and you can get very fine definition in your designs, and it doesn't dry out. You have to bake it. I never began to make my own beads until midway through university, and the first ones that I made, they were not very professional looking. So I would say I've taught myself quite a bit since then. I would say the main thing I did, and the thing that I began doing initially, was making canes. And canes are, they're a combination of different colors that are layered around each other, wrapped around each other. They can be simple canes, flowers, or just simple spirals. They can also be more intricate. You can incorporate words, or you could do birds or animals or something in them. I tend to do very simple canes. I use the pasta machine a lot to soften things, blend different colors together. A lot of polymer clay artists will use a pasta machine. It saves your hands. It can make long, thin strips, which are really nice to when you're doing your cane work. You're working with lots of long strips of clay. I started out only making jewelry or zipper pulls or little sticky bead magnets for people's fridge. I was doing a lot of blending of clay, and I would get these neat blends and then just sort of put them aside, not really knowing what to do. But then I started to see something else in them, I guess. I started to see that they could be something. And then that's when I started to put it together to make abstracts or landscapes or little things that people could put on their wall and say, wow, how is that done? That's really neat. I'm kind of just making things that are fun and can cheer you up. A little guy like this sitting on your computer, that's pretty great.
Taking part in craft fairs for the last 12 years and the fireweed market for the last 8 or 9 years, I would say it definitely has grown. It was very good when we started, but they just seem to be getting better and better. There's more little craft fairs, which are great. It's nice if you're not into the rush of one day Spruce Bog, 2,000 people, right? Some people love that, but other people want a more relaxed shopping environment. By being able to do what we're doing, like having our own little business, being able to do that in the Yukon allows us to live the lifestyle that we have. We want to live in a small cabin. We have for the last 12 years. And we have our own flexible hours. We can choose to go out and enjoy the place we live in. Some nights we might be working till 10 o'clock, but that's what we chose, and we're able to do it. We're supported by Yukoners. I'm not sure that would be possible everywhere in Canada. There's obviously other strong artistic communities, but this is definitely one.
It's really nice to get the support from our community. Here it just seems like everyone wants to make an effort to get something special and buy directly from a person that they know a little bit, or at least they know that their hands made the product, and they're really happy to support local artists, and I love that. It's great.
We're here with Brian and Joanne, the owners of the shop Custom Leather Goods. Brian, how long have you been doing this?
A couple of years. Started making my own belts for myself, and I've been doing that for about 10 years, and just decided to start expanding and making some for my friends. People like them, so then I started my own business.
Is this your first year at Spruce Bog?
Yeah, I was at the spring Spruce Bog, and then this year is my first year in the Christmas one. Yeah. When I got here, the best part was having the volunteers at the door ready to help us move our stuff in. As you can see, my displays are kind of heavy. I like to use recycled wood. And, you know, it was a blessing. They've been super great here at the Craft Society. So
what's your favorite item here that you have for sale?
That would be the Sledvolution. It's 6 decades of snow machines, starting in 1963 with the Snow Traveler, and then all the way up to the 2013 RMK. I spent about a month researching, figuring out which machines would be the best ones to fit on here. Decided to go with the Polaris. They have a nice look to them. So as you go through time, you sort of started with these clunky old sleds, and then they get a little more refined. And then you get into the 90s and 2000s. And this has got it's custom tooled, carved and painted, and then antiqued and finished, yeah.
What got you interested in the snow machine leather tooling?
Probably just living in Haines Junction, where you're surrounded by mountains, hunting, backcountry snowboarding. It just gives you access to all these beautiful places that you couldn't get to on your own without one, so.
Okay, thank you, Brian and Joanne. Thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
The First Nation Health Program at Whitehorse General Hospital has been operating since 1993, and it is the first of its kind in Canada. The program feeds traditional foods to patients during their stay there. We stopped by to learn just a little bit more about it.
I'm Melissa Fernandez, and I'm the coordinator for the Traditional Diet Program here at Whitehorse General Hospital. The Traditional Diet Program is one of the initial programs that the First Nations Health Program started with back in 1993, and it was designed to provide First Nations patients with foods that they're familiar with, especially those who come from the communities. The program is 100% donation-based. Because we cannot buy wild meat in the Yukon, we have to obtain all our meat through donations. So we get the meat and our butcher processes it, and then our cooks prepare meals that are as traditional as possible. So each patient can request whether they want a traditional meal for lunch and or dinner. on a daily basis. There's always Melnick available, and the types of meats depend on the types of donations we get. So we do have a lot of stew. So it could be moose stew, elk stew, deer stew, bison stew. Today we made moose soup and bison stew. The recipes were developed many years back with a consultation with some of the elders, with help from the cooks, that kind of made the traditional recipes friendly to the institutional kitchen to be prepared on large batches. They did start off with very original recipes from First Nations people in the community and were slowly adapted over the years towards the tastes of the patients at the hospital.
We do everything from steaks to stews to roasts. More traditional is the boiled roasts. They're pretty big fans of that one. We like to keep the food as traditional as possible without putting a twist on it. Years ago we tried it once, but it didn't work very well. Like the seasonings are usually just the salt and pepper that we use. The vegetables we use are root vegetables, and we try to keep it as bland as so it accommodates everybody within the facility.
So the main challenge that we have right now is that there's increasing demand for traditional food, but we don't have increasing donations. If we don't get more donations, we might have to limit service in the future. To donate wild meat to the hospital, we ask that you contact First Nations Health Programs. The phone number is 393-8891, and we will give the person donating a questionnaire to fill out, because we need to have some information about the animal to be able to accept it. Again, we're not trying to be nosy, but we do have to maintain certain standards for food safety because of our high-risk population. Providing traditional food is definitely in line with the mandate of holistic care, and it gives patients the opportunity to have comfort foods. When you're sick, you want to have things that make you feel better. So we do get a lot of comments like, "This feels like love in my tummy," or "I feel stronger when I eat moose." So those are definitely show a bit of the success of the program and how much patients appreciate the food that we can serve to them.
So we're at Carcross Crafts table, and we got a big ticket item purchase. This is Christine and Brittany and Matthias. Christine, what did you guys buy?
We bought canvas boots from Carcross Crafts.
It's a mother-daughter share.
And what are you guys going to use these boots for? What's the intents and purposes?
The intent is to go snowshoeing around the Yukon in those.
I'm excited.
Terrific, thank you. We are here with the Atlan Bowl Guy and consumer Vanessa. Vanessa, what did you purchase?
I purchased this beautiful burl bowl, I guess it is. It's going to be a centerpiece on my table during my dinner parties.
You get a good deal?
It was well worth my money, yes.
Great. The Philippines and I have something in common in that we love karaoke. The local Filipino community came together recently to celebrate that at the Yukon finals of PNT Singing Idol.
My name is Mike Buensuceso.
My name is Aileen Cayangos. We are the producer of the PNT Singing Idol 2013.
This contest started since April, and we're doing this every month, having one contest in each month.
For the past 6 months, we probably have 14 to 16 applicants or contestants, and we're down right now for 6 finalists. This is the first time that we are hosting. The PNT Singing Idols have been doing it for the past 6 years in Vancouver. So this is our first year to be invited to be part of that contest. So whoever, like the winner for the Yukon one, we will be sending this person to Edmonton, and he or she will be competing with other contestants or the finalists from other 9 provinces.
The exciting thing for me is that I get to perform in Whitehorse and present myself for the Filipinos.
Because it's my first time and I have like cold feet and shake hands and nervous pretty much.
Everybody's so excited about it, but for myself, I'm trying to just to go with the flow and have fun.
Sometimes I'm nervous to perform on the stage, but I like it.
I'm very excited because this is my dream to become a professional singer.
Singing was
my number one passion. I'd like to share it to the audience, and also I want my family to be proud of me.
This contest, which is comparable to like the American Idol contest, the Canadian Idol contest, that's comparable to that price-wise and the popularity, because whoever going to be coming out as a winner, they're going to be having a lifetime recording contract to like a Viva Records, which is huge, big back home in the Philippines, I mean.
Karaoke is Filipinos' life. It's our expression of our culture. Most of the family household, they have a karaoke unit. So this is more kind of a free time, socializing, connecting with the community. It's very popular. We're so excited in the sense that everybody doesn't know where's Yukon. So by showcasing these contestants, I think we're putting Yukon in the map.
And the PNT Singing Idol 2013. Contestant number 6.
For me, being a winner to represent Yukon, oh my God, I can't explain. It's like I didn't think it right now, because for me, it's just a show. Because what I want is just to perform in front of many people, to touch the life of people. The more I touch people through my singing, the more I'll be happy.
I'm here with Jonah Jones of Angry Sheep Designs. Shauna, undies, creative, crafty undies. How did you get into this?
Well, everybody needs underwear, and I think more importantly, everybody enjoys buying underwear for somebody else. So I think it's pretty rare if I actually sell something to somebody who plans on wearing it themselves. In fact, we celebrate that together when they buy them. But it gives me a great deal of pleasure to put pictures and underwear together for people.
Shauna, what's your favorite piece here? I see a lot of funny ones. Can you pick just one favorite one?
I think my newest favorite is the, well, look at this one, which is the little beaver float plane, which I've been enjoying today. And I'll put a special shout out to the piranha.
Little Boy's Piranha Undies. Shauna, is this your first Spruce Bog?
No, this is my third, actually.
And why do you keep coming back?
Well, I really like the community, and it's a sort of a nice introduction to this Christmas craft fair season.
Thank you so much.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
The junior judokas in Whitehorse were more than happy to teach a lesson to our reporters on the judo mat. Let's check it out in a little segment we call Sports Beat.
Brock McLean here with Pat Jablonski at Golden Horn Elementary School for another exciting edition of Sports Beat.
Yukon judokas are in training year-round with their senseis to master the ancient art of Japanese wrestling known as judo.
The name judo means gentle way, but these young athletes are fierce in their lust for brutal hand-to-hand combat that would make any samurai proud.
And Sports Beat is here today to see if they can master the greatest martial arts challenge of all, taking on the ninja judolistic skills of Pat-san and Brock-san.
Judo. Why judo? Why not karate? Why not just general bowling on the playground?
It's fun. You get to throw people. You get to hold people down. You get to learn a lot of different things, and it doesn't hurt as much.
what's the best thing to do to your opponent in judo?
To get them down in a hold down.
So what do you do once you get them down and hold them? Do you just like sit on their head?
No, yeah, hold them down for 20 seconds.
Is that when you poke them in the eye and punch them? When you're 15, do you get to learn how to punch people in the head too?
So I want to see who has the best stare down. Good, it's intimidating.
Now, judo really helps advance a child's bullying skills. Please explain.
Oh, no, and actually that's quite the opposite. It teaches them discipline and restraint, and also balance and coordination.
What are you going to show me there, Judy?
Taitoshi.
Bless you. Sorry, what are you going to show me?
Taitoshi.
Whoa.
What move are you going to show me, young judokan?
Ogoshi.
Okay, what's that mean? Is that a type of fish?
Throw.
Who pays my workers' compensation if I get hurt?
I don't know.
Does your dad have a good job?
Yes.
We're good. Boom. His dad's got a good job. I'm going to sue later.
I got one microphone, but I might need a backup. It's your time. I got. That is cheating.
Well, Pat, the young Yukon judokas have proved themselves to be worthy adversaries.
Their fierce skills and determination will serve them well in all future facets of their life.
Having survived the greatest test of them all, they can wear their multicolored belts with pride.
And it's with that we deliver the utmost praise. Uncle San.
We give up. How do we say that in Japanese? Jablonski McLean.
And that's our show. Thank you so much for watching. As always, we love to hear from our viewers, so if you have comments, anything you want to share with us about the North of Ordinary show, please visit our website, nwtelcommunitytv.ca, or go to our Facebook page. Until next time, I'm Emily Hoefs.
You guys think that all of you can take on all of us? Yeah? Sports.